Daniel is a 32-year-old man who lives in Bogota with his wife, Laura, and their two children, Mateo and Sofia. He works as a technology teacher at a small school near his home. He usually has a very busy routine, but he likes to organize his time carefully. His daily, weekly, and yearly activities help him balance work, family, exercise, and personal interests. Daniel's routine begins early in the morning. On weekdays, he usually wakes up at 5:30 a.m. He gets out of bed at 5:40 a.m. and takes a shower. At 6 a.m., he gets dressed and prepares breakfast for his family. His wife usually prepares coffee, while Daniel prepares eggs, bread, and fruit. At 6:30 a.m., they have breakfast together. At 7 a.m., Daniel leaves home and walks to the school. It usually takes him about 20 minutes to get there. His first class starts at 7:30 a.m. He teaches technology and computer science to students between 11 and 16 years old. In the morning, he usually has 3 or 4 classes. At 10 a.m., Daniel has a short break. He normally drinks coffee and talks to some of his colleagues. At 10:30 a.m., he goes back to his classroom and continues teaching. His morning classes finish at 12:30 p.m. At noon, Daniel usually has lunch at the school cafeteria. Sometimes he brings lunch from home. In the afternoon, he has meetings, prepares lessons, checks students' projects, and answers emails. He usually finishes work at 4 p.m. After work, Daniel walks home. He normally arrives at 4:30 p.m. He likes to spend some time with his children in the afternoon. At 5 p.m., he helps Mateo and Sofia with their homework. On some days, they play football in the park near their house. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, Daniel goes running at 6 p.m. He usually runs for 1 hour. At 7:30 p.m., the family has dinner. During dinner, they talk about their day. Daniel's children usually tell him about their classes, friends, and activities at school. After dinner, Daniel washes the dishes while Laura helps the children prepare their school bags for the next day. At 8:30 p.m., Daniel usually reads a book or watches a short television program. He is interested in history and technology, so he often reads books about these subjects. At 9:30 p.m., he prepares his clothes for the next day. At 10 p.m., he goes to bed. Daniel's weekly routine. Daniel's routine is slightly different on weekends. On Saturdays, he usually wakes up at 7:30 a.m. because he does not have to go to work. In the morning, he goes shopping with his wife. They usually buy vegetables, fruit, bread, and other food for the week. At 11 a.m., Daniel sometimes visits his parents. They live in another neighborhood, about 40 minutes from his house. He usually spends 2 or 3 hours with them.